see. Oh, it did it to me again. Hold on a minute. I'm not falling for you again. Nope. Public. Okay. Should be live now. Ah, crack. I've been having issues with my wrist. I don't know why. But I have. Okay. got a couple options. I've been having a hard time getting my act together for what I want to talk about for a video. So I'm just kind of I feel it. When I'm not streaming for a bit, when I'm not getting on with folks, I feel it. I feel not that I'm anything's going on, letting anybody down or anything like that, but just I feel the need. I like doing the streams. I like chatting it up with folks. I like seeing what's going on. You may notice my screen. So I did put out a short earlier. I've been messing around with some, which I've done off and on. It's been a while. I changed computers and I kind of fell away from doing things, but I kind of was enjoying or have been enjoying doing sort of soundscapes and such. And I put one together. I thought I could do a video going through it. So this one, I have bought some things at times, but I haven't bought anything for this. This I'm using all free stuff. And there's probably a video in here where I could go through the process. I could do it now. So that's option one. So I guess we can talk about options. Option one, I could go through this soundscape that I think you can hear. I don't have my headphones on, and yesterday's video, or the stream I did, I guess it was yesterday, didn't seem to have the sound, or I couldn't hear it. So let me know if you can hear it, because obviously it doesn't help. I've noticed I was having some issues, so I had to do some finagling to see if the sound's coming through. Now, according to my things, it shows the sound, though it's very much in the background by design. I could probably pump it up a little bit if that would help. Let me know if you can't hear it, because I only mentioned it at the beginning of the stream yesterday, and when I watched just a touch at the beginning of the stream today or earlier, I noticed I didn't hear anything. So option one is I could go through and I could talk about this video that I did in my very unexpert way, or I could go through this kind of music. It's not music. It's a soundscape, because I've done a lot of fiddling around with it. I kind of enjoy it, and it can definitely be something that you can spend a lot of time on. And I think later on you could definitely get to a place where you could have a few of these running, maybe even one. I don't know if it'd be better to have one giant file that you could then, basically, I think there are ways you could have a lot of some different elements worked in here, and then eventually have it set up so that you can use buttons or things to kind of turn things on or off. The thing is with this one, you're seeing a WAV file down here, but it's actually not playing the WAV file. It's actually muted. Again, I'm assuming you can hear this. If you can't hear it, then my apologies. This is all generating, not AI. It's using kind of randomization, using some kind of some probabilistic MIDI and some other things to essentially just completely generate as it's going. It's kind of randomly triggering. Basically, I have a few things going on, and a lot of it uses random triggers. So on every beat or every so often, it'll go through these triggers, and then when the triggers go, stuff happens. And then I add some effects on top of it. So I could go through that. I don't know how many people are actually interested in that. I think it sounds pretty good. I've been listening off and on for a while as I've just been tweaking things, because I'm a tweaker person. Then we get to option B, which is to, and where the heck didn't I open up the window? I did. It just got buried. Which would be to, I just got the latest, and I just been. I don't think it's necessarily new. New to me, I got the latest Worldographer beta, and I also wanted to kind of check that out. So that's our two options. So option A, I could go through kind of if you wanted to make your own soundscape, and it looks complicated, and I guess it kind of is, and it's definitely not the most efficient, and I'm sure the pro way to do it, but it's all free. I mean, you got to download stuff and blah, 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 but it's all free, and you can kind of make your own soundscapey stuff if that interests you, or we can go through Worldographer. I'm going to lean into Worldographer first. If folks in here use the chat function on your television screen or phone or a laptop or tablet or whatever now. If there's enough interest in want to learn about the soundscape stuff, I'll do that. Otherwise, we can just have it in the background. And it'll just keep going forever, basically. It's not recording anything, so it's not generating. I recorded this earlier just to kind of put the thread on. This is what I put out earlier, and then I've made an itch file, whatever. Like that's, and I kind of tweaked this so that it loops, so it'll loop around and does some things. But if you're not, if I'm just in the tool, I can basically just have it running essentially all day long, and it'll keep running, and it'll just always be a little bit different because of all this randomization stuff. I don't have any set patterns. Anyhow, so let's do. I've been really wanting to check into some of the kind of. I know we know Worldographers had the kind of the top levels, not top levels. I guess what I want to get into is there's a lot now where you can generate stuff or kind of generate your hex crawl and have all kinds of detail on the fly. And that's kind of what I want to see. Like basically this stuff down here that's being shown in the UI, the generate hex crawl stuff. So I'm just going to go through a couple of these, see one that kind of looks nice. Not that it matters too much, but why not? And then see if we can get, it's kind of cool. I like to have a couple of continents, just, kind of reminiscent, maybe a little too, almost feels a little too earthy. Let's see. Okay, one was not bad. I mean, they're all cool. Just, what catches my fancy? Oh, I kind of like that one. Sort of a. We'll move on. Ooh. All right. We'll go with this one. All right. So let's see. So I wanted to. I'm just going to start. Let's just do the full Monty. I don't know how many rivers is appropriate. You know what? I'm not going to tweak the numbers, really. I'm going to let it go. We'll do roads. Yes, include villages and forts, include ruins. Yeah. All right. Let's see what we get. All right. So we got a lot here. Okay. So we're on. So one of the things I'm curious about, because now see with these coasts, it's very cool. But I found that in the old Worldographer, if you would then zoom in, you would lose the coast. I don't remember if they would come back. It's kind of those things like it's you have to kind of fractalize these shapes as you're zooming in for more detail. They couldn't stay this way, otherwise I don't know, it just wouldn't make much sense. But I can see how that would be potentially difficult to suss out. Seeing some neat stuff. Now here, we can assume there's probably an island here. Well, let's see. I had it tag everything, right? So I think, is it going to show me notes? Is there a note here? Is there no note there? There is a note. So we've got a classic settlement or village, or classic settlement village. 2 years old, population main buildings, reaction outsiders, distrustful, reason founded, large family split a plot of land. It's what say secondary industry is farming. What's its main industry? Doesn't say. So there's a secret. One villager is a wizard. Due to abuses, he was forced to forget his history and magic. A few villagers watch him for the wizard council. He occasionally half remembers isolated things. Actually, that's pretty cool. That is a that's a neat. That could be a whole adventure. Certainly part of a good thing for kind of an interesting situation in a village where you see some villagers kind of following some dude, and if you dig into the dude, you'll find stuff, and then you may find out some things about them. But then there's also this element of, do you try to undo it? Do some impulsive party might just be like, oh my gosh, this is horrible, let's free him, and then other ones like, well, let's find out what's going on. And then you can hear the story, and maybe there's a middle path where you can do some things so that he can get his memory back, but then also be repentant. I mean, I don't know if I guess it would be an open question. Would this guy be repentant of what he did before? Here we have this trident symbol. I'm not sure what that is. It's just a bat. It was a battle site. They didn't get any details. That's fine. We have a ruin that's out here. It was destroyed a generation ago. Cause of destruction, a siege. It's collapsed and sunken, which makes sense now. It's in the ocean. Its inhabitants are gargoyles. It's got a teleportation portal in it, and it has some strange weather, and it was originally a tower. Also, some nice things here. I mean, the strange weather is good because if you need to think of a reason, let's see. I don't know where the shipping lanes are, but just presumably if you're out in here, you get this, you can see some swirling weather, very Kong Island kind of thing. There's stuff going on. Maybe the tip of the tower or something are still poking out, or it looks like a reef, and then you can kind of dig in there. And the fact that it's got a teleportation portal locked inside means that in terms of things that might be of interest to a party, a teleportation portal is one. And I think these are, this is something that I think, I don't want to say people don't use enough, because who knows what the heck people do. I don't know what people do. I think what I don't see enough of is having these locations that you need to go to because you need a particular service or utility or something. So instead of, and this is why I think sometimes, I mean, certainly if you're, for example, for teleportation, right? I don't know, well, I guess depending on your edition and whatnot, I don't remember the distances you can teleport, right? Whatever. But I think it's interesting. It's a lot of work. It's work for everybody. It's work for the DM. It's work for the players. But the idea that we need to get somewhere, and maybe you're getting stonewalled. Well, we can't because the weather. We can't because there's the passes are being blocked or watched or whatever. And then you go, well, hey, maybe we could, if we could teleport over there, then we could overcome those issues. And then that point of, well, do we know, does such things exist, and can we research it? And then of course the answer the GM has to give is yes, they do exist. Yes, you can research it. And then you put out this location and say, well, yeah, you could do that, but you're gonna have to find this weird, there was a tower once, but it was sunken in some kind of great, there was a deluge or whatever, and it's got weird weather. But if you go down in there, there is a teleportation place that we know about, and if you can then access it, maybe you can tune it or do whatever to get it to go where you're going. And then you're basically creating adventures to solve, just because you need to solve a certain issue. But I don't find that I don't feel like that comes up enough. I don't see it a lot maybe because adventures tend to be more focused. Like if you're doing a whole, if you're doing an adventure just takes place in this location, then there's no need for that. It's only once you open things up in kind of a bigger sandbox that it makes sense to have these things. But they're cool when you can get to them. Though I think maybe what I would say in an adventure purpose is maybe you could, if you're doing a little sandbox adventure that takes place over here, sure, you may not need a tower ruin thing over there. But what you can do is you can have something in there in your little adventure area that maybe doesn't pertain directly to that, but is a kind of a nice resource that the party could uncover so that when it gets plunked into someone's larger sandbox, you're kind of creating that spot. And this is just some watered down apple cider for the working man. So that's that. Let's see what else we've got. A fishing. Note about fishing. That's great. What is this? A temple of some sort? Yep, it's just a temple. fine. We got, what is that, a sinkhole? A crater? Okay. Wait, what did it say? What crashed there? Oh, a meteor landed there. And we've got a town of some sort. So we have a city, Hermico. Affluence, there's a worker shortage, labor is doing well, middle class is struggling, noble leaders are doing well. The founding reason was nearby resource. Maybe I guess it can't be the meteor because the meteor just got there. They're indifferent towards outsiders. They've got a trustworthy town guard. And what else? They've got a harbor, a library, a war memorial, another library, and a master craftsman, a master mason, and also a zoo. All cool stuff. And it's 400 years old. 400 years old they are. All right, stuff's cool. What is this? A whale? Oh, the coral is vibrant. Okay. And I like that they're using all the different symbology. We also have this place over here, which is another city, Marzeo. Uh-oh, the affluence is dire. Everyone is doing poorly. Oh, no. Perhaps a famine, disease, or war. The founding reason was a center of a regional kingdom. Government, oh, no. Weak leader with a council that's mostly corrupt. It's a theocracy. 50,000 people. They accept outsiders, though. They do have a trustworthy town guard, which is interesting. It's only 80 years old, and it's got some gardens. Haunted location, a haunted house. Some beaches, a courthouse, a mint, and a massive stone mall. What is a stone mall? Is that store mall? Where's my glasses? That is a store / mall. That's interesting. Massive store or mall. I don't know. I don't know what to make of the mall. I guess it's got a big, maybe I would just use the market instead of mall. I see you can regenerate these, but I'm not going to regenerate them. There's no reason to. Interesting. They say, okay, so there is a beach, because I was wondering, like, it looked like it was inland, but nope, it's got a touch of the beach right there. And then we also have something that looks like an observatory. What is that? An observatory. It's old with some signs of age. Its inhabitants are a stranded crew from another planet or dimension. Whoa. Its original purpose, it was an astronomy telescope. That makes sense. It has other inhabitants as interdimensional beings, not beatings, though they're looking for beatings, interdimensional beings scouting for an invasion. And the secret was it was built on top of another structure that had another purpose. Wow. So we got some interesting, let's we got this is what I love, right? We got this whole world map, but just zooming in on this little, looks like has a little India subcontinent vibes, of course, cut in there. I don't notice where the rivers are. Didn't I do rivers? I thought I did rivers. I'm pretty sure I did rivers. I'm not seeing any rivers. If I generate rivers, this is going to be a massive mistake. Sure. Okay. I noticed that it kind of struggles with rivers a bit. So we got this one here. Now, there could be reasons why it does this big zigzag, but it just kind of peters out over here. So let me see what happens. I just kind of want to fix it. If I can remember how to do this. Yeah, I want to. Can I? No. No, hold on a minute. Can I just grab you? No, why are you doing that? Which way is this supposed to be going? What point am I? Huh. Nope. All right. I have to play with this more, and now's probably not the time. All right, no. Deselect. Okay, we're gonna leave. We'll leave this alone. Let's go where we were. Let's not bury. We had something good going on here, so let's. Now I'm gonna zoom in a level, and we'll see what kind of madness happens. So we're gonna go from here, and we're gonna go down to the continent level. All right, tell me. I'm just gonna do 6 across, or 6. 6. 6 across. Okay. It's gonna use a lot of memories. Hopefully, nothing horrible. Oh, that was fast. All right. anything new, any new details emerge. So now we see there is definitely some distance between Hermiko and the Pottle, but there's also a difference between Hermiko is no longer on the. Oh, you know what? It did keep the. We got the funky. Our coast remained, but I think, unfortunately, Hermiko is no longer on the coast. Didn't it say it was on the coast? Yeah, there's a harbor. A harbor. The harbor now doesn't make any sense. You might have to move Hermiko around. Unless we just say that there's, but see, we're at still the high level, so we're only on the continent level, so this is not going to get any closer to the ocean, unfortunately. I wonder if there's some ways to lock elements. So basically, I guess what we could do is probably should do for this, though I kind of don't want to. I'm torn because I like some of the details here, and if I regenerate everything, we're going to lose some of it. This one's actually not that bad, or not that, say, interesting. But let's keep. I want to zoom down. I want to zoom even further in. So see here, because Manzao as well used to be on. Said something about a coast has beaches, but well, you're further away, getting further and further away. Sorry. So let's see. Can we go down again? We're on the continent level. Let's go down to the kingdom level. Yeah. This is going to take some time. And now we wait. Obviously, you don't have to do this. Maybe it's better you don't do this. I'm wondering, because now these things are all. So Hermiko's way over there. One thing I think that's good is that the roads are still attached. And ADM Tales, this is just Worldographer 2025, I guess, to be specific. So the roads are still attaching, which is good. We've got the funky coast, though it looks like the coastlines are not. Some interesting things are happening because because we got these edges here that I think are from the funky coastlines, but they're no longer where the coast is. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm on a PC DMTail, so I can't help you with the Mac. Can't help you with Mac compatibility. Okay, I think. All right, I'm trying to. So this is all right. So I'm gonna yeah, because we're getting weird things. All right, let's start over. Bloop. Yeah, I know. There were some good ideas here, but I'm sure there'll be more. So we're going to start here. I'm not going to generate any of these things yet. I think I'll be able to generate them later. And I'm not going to generate coasts, but I will do the convert coastal ocean seas to convert coastal ocean hexes to sea. I'm going to keep that one on. I am going to I don't want to do this. Shapes, features. Let's keep it as okay. Well, let's turn off. All right, so we're going to try this again. Let's get another little map that we like. And I'm just going around. That one's kind of interesting. All right, there we go. So we're going to generate this one. Initial view level of the world. Okay, here we go. So there's our world map. Now what I want to do is let's go down. Go down to continent. I think since there's nothing on it. Yeah, okay. Well, continent was fast last time. Now I was going down to kingdom. And this is still technically a beta, so I know that the work's being done. I mean, even if it was complete, they still have work coming done. But obviously, we may have some stuff that fails because we're in a beta. Now we're on to this kingdom level, which is fine. And then we need to drop down even further to the province level. Here we go. That world casually imploded, says T-Ball. Something like that. Okay, so now we're getting a whole lot. Hopefully. All right, boom. All right, so there's our whole map. Okay, so yeah, we don't have anywhere. I don't know, where do we want to be? I can't zoom. So here we go. Actually, no, I can't zoom out because I can go now. I can go up to kingdom level and let's find a spot that looks interesting. What I'm wondering is, so this is what I'm wondering. If we generate all our hex crawl stuff I'm wondering, I guess I don't really need to be anywhere in specifics. This is my question to stuff. If I generate all the hex crawl stuff at the province level, will it avoid getting oddities where you generate something on the world level and then you zoom in on warbling? You know, it might be. Am I running out? Let me shut down. I had some music running, but I will shut it down in case that is the cause of my warbling. So I will shut that down in case it was. It was probably a computer thing. You know, sometimes when your bandwidth or whatever goes, start to get computerized. Let me know if that fixed anything. Let's see. I don't think it's. I think it used to tell me kind of my CPU usage on Worldographer, but I can't tell. Okay, so here's my question. So I'm going to leave the coast alone. I don't care that much about the coasts. I want rivers. 10 doesn't seem like enough. I'm going to say, let's go for 20. I know these are major rivers, whatnot. Still warbling, take us home. Yeah, I mean, I can't really do too much about it. I can only do what I can do. Let me see if there's anything. Hopefully it'll fix itself. There's one other thing I could try to do, which is if I switch, see if that is any different. But other than that, I really can't do a whole lot. Cannot do a whole lot. Because I don't want to start. I don't want to start and then stop, whatnot. So hopefully the warbling will stop. Okay. All right, so we'll try to do some rivers here. So we'll do 20 rivers, which I don't think is an excessive number. All right, that fixed it. Good. And the rivers are generated. I don't know where they are. That's fine. Now, we're going to generate our nations and empires. Okay, so it isn't optimized for non-world levels. Generating nations and empires uses distance based on typical world level hexes. Please switch to that view level for generating nations and empires. All right. Well, all right, well, we'll see. So we have everything mapped out. Now, the curious part of it, let's go up to world. So we're going to do what the software asks us to do. We're going to go up here and we're going to generate our nations and empires. We'll do that. That's fine. All right. So now we can zoom in on Degudamu. And we have Lataputgar. And I'm curious. All right, so it's courthouses. Oh, it has beaches. All right, so this is good. There's beaches. So we can then zoom in on the beaches and see if we go down a continent level. What happened to Lapadutgar? No. You moved away from the ocean. It said beaches. It could be on the lake, but I imagine it would be over here. All right. I think there might be hopefully we'll see. Because I think it's not really a huge deal, but I'd want to be able to move them to get these things back to where they're supposed to be. So now, now Laputgar is way far away. I mean, we're not even in the same hex as some water. We're not even in a hex next to a hex that's got some water. And I'm assuming that when I go down again and move into province, it could be exceedingly far from water. I don't even know where you are. Laputgar, where are you? Holy cow! I don't even know. Well, I gotta zoom up again. Can I find it? Where Laputgar? Where did you go? Okay, there you are. Let's see. Hopefully, if I'm zoomed in nice and tight on here, when I go to the province level, you're still gonna be there. No, where'd you go? Oh, but you're not. Okay, you're over here. So imagine if each one of these is a 6-mile hex. So you went from being on the coast next to some water with a beach to being, I mean, you could have a lake. You could have some lake. You could have a lake, but yeah, you're way far from the beach. So I don't know if it's better off, if you're going to do those, to just keep them on the world level. Because you get some really nice details here, but you want to have them kind of. So let me see if it's easy to move. Can I get it all on screen so I don't have to do multiple drags? Okay, so I'm just thinking to move it here so we're on the coast somewhere. I don't. Hopefully that won't be a huge deal. So let me see. Can I move a note, or do I have to just? Because I think you want. Cause I think in our order of operations should be we want to do this now before we do roads. Would that be correct? Hey, Grumpy Old Slam. I think that would be correct. That is my assumption. Is this I think this is an icon, right? Now, can I move you? Will it allow me just to move you? Oh, it does. All right, great. So we're going to move you right there. Now, is your note still attached to you? Or is it? No. Okay. And now I can't. Can I not regenerate it? Oh, shoot. Wait, what's that? That's that. Okay. All right. So this is. So what we have to do is highlight. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think I can just move it. Can I? Glow? What does that do? I see it's over here. Can I grab you and move you? Yeah, I think they need a way. I think what they need to do with those GM notes, because it's obviously what's happening is the GM notes are tied to the hex, and I think they need to be tied to the item. Would be my, because you're putting a symbol, or it gets tied to the symbol. Lock it to the symbol, not to the location. I don't think there's a way I can move it. I'd have to copy paste, which is okay, but I can't. The thing is, so here's I guess the issue I'm looking at is, so here we have this one, and I can add stuff in here, but it's not. It isn't. I can't do that kind of regeneration stuff. Whereas this one over here has it's got the regeneration things in it, and I don't know if it's something special. Obviously, I guess it's because of. It's got that. Now let me just see if I copy and paste these just out of curiosity, and then I go to this one. All right, close. I don't suppose it would then. No, it threw everything in there, which is fine, but not giving me the option to generate anything. Yeah, so I guess the best thing to do now is to regenerate the details. Hey, Brian says, hexes and hexes like seeing the Matrix, something like that. All right, so I guess we'll regenerate the details, because it's no good to have a beach where we have no water front. Yep, I do. So let's see what it gave us now. It got rid of the beach, so that's good. It's got a prison now, a mint, a casino, a scenic neighborhood for the wealthy, a carnival, an old city, and a circus. How old is it? 800 years. So yeah, that makes sense. All right, save and close. Yeah, I'm wondering what the optimal level to build everything. Obviously, it wants you to build the stuff on the top level. the world level, but you just get the oddities. You get the oddities. So I want to do. Okay, so we'll stay on kingdom. See, kingdom now we're by the. It didn't move it. Oh, interesting. I moved it back and I undid it, and it didn't undo it over here. Luckily, is that the right one? Yeah. No, it's not the right one. Luckily, I know. Was it here? Does that mean it was there? I am not totally certain that I can't move that thing. I just don't know how to do it, which could be if I do this, just so I can see things a little bit better. Okay, sorry. Labels. Oh yeah. Oh right, because I'm using on the side now. Yeah. Fog war layers, labels. Does that count? I don't think that counts as a label, does it? Yeah, not a way to move it. I'm not actually sure if it's supposed to be there or supposed to be on the other one. All right, now we'll go up a level and we'll see what's happened. Break up the continent. Okay, all right, so there we got it. Though now it seems like it's kind of in between. That's fine though. And then finally, world level. Kind of movement. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to take some notes. So if you're going to use the hex crawling features, I think what you might want to do is just, so here would be my advice. And we'll start another map. What I would do, I think, is make a bigger map and then just have that be your map. I'm not sure what number that would be. Maybe you might want to, I think what you probably want to do is not generate a whole world on one map because then it just gets insane. But maybe to generate continents and put I think I saw this on Reddit. Somebody talked about a size of map you could do where you could plug them in together. So let's start over again. new map. And one thing I have to ask him about this because he has some default numbers in here, and as soon as you change them, you can't ever get them back again. And I don't know what those numbers are, and I don't know what the numbers are, and that's number one. And number two, there doesn't seem any way to get back to them because I'd like to keep them as a baseline, only I can't because I don't know what the numbers are. I'm looking for a piece of scrap paper, something that I can write these down for a moment. Of course, all my paper seems to be far away. Okay. Here we go. Got some paper. All right. So let's say we've got, so I think I put these numbers in 800 by, or sorry, 880 by 50. Now I could just multiply these by 10 for an area and get 800 by 500 and then just use that as, I guess we could try it. All right. We're just going to, ooh, we got some, we didn't get that before. We got some ice. Oh, okay. All right. All right. So we might as well, we can generate, we never got around to generating the hex crawl. We can generate the empires because you have to do it on the world level anyway. I'm going to generate the rivers again. We're going to leave the coast alone, but we are going to do the sea stuff. I'm not going to generate, I don't know what the hex crawl does. Roads seem to be okay. I guess we'll just include everything. And do I generate? All right, let's just do it. Let's do it. We can always regenerate if we need to. Okay, So let's generate this hex crawl. Here we go. Still going. It's adding. Okay, so it's going through. I don't know if you can see it. It's on the top of my screen, but I crop things. Things are slightly cropped in what you can see. So you may not see, but it has a status message. It's going through and trying to do a whole bunch of. Did I do 800 rivers? No. Oh, it's per 10,000 tiles. Oh boy. Oh no. I didn't realize it was per 10,000. Okay. I see. Well, it's failing a whole bunch of times to get these rivers. I don't know if I can stop it though. Oh man. I totally missed that. I would have gone with a lower number for sure. Because now it seems like it's failing. Oh no. You're going to take forever and a day. Can I just close you up? No. Still going. Stop. All right. Let's try that again. Do this again. Okay. We've learned something. Maybe. All right. Oh, that one's not bad too. I'm not going to never take the first one you get. Ah, I like that. Okay, so yeah, I'm not going to do that. In fact, let's drop it. In fact, let's go to 5 per. We can always do more rivers. All right, we got all this other stuff. Okay, we're not generating codes. Yep, let's do it. All right, so it needs to do 200 rivers. Should I have done 1? Because it's failing. I wonder if there's a maximum number of fails. I mean, I hadn't run into it before. But it is almost okay. So we're past halfway done. So it seems like we are going to get there, I think. It just took 13, 14, let's say 20,000. All right, now it's doing all the hex crawly stuff. It's really rattling through. Is it done? Nope. Checking for cities and towns and making roads. So maybe 800 by 500 is potentially not the size you want. I probably could have gone for something maybe more ambitious. I was just thinking if we're only going to be on the world map, generate bigger. But that might be, it might have been too much. It's only got 17. I think. Is it? I don't remember. Is it closing it? Because the app, God bless it, is not going to prevent me from doing things like close windows and things. But I'm afraid. I am afeared. Well, we'll just. All right, we'll see. Is it still working? Holy moly, look at all the stuff in the ice. All right, so we got some big. Wow, boy, the seas are full. All right, we got a holy moly. It's going to do all this stuff, and then I'm going to quit and make another map. Let's see. All right, I think we got lots of notes. What's that? The White Tree of Gondor. Good magic. This area gives an uplifting feeling. A great evil ended here, and priests make it hallowed ground each year. Oh, that's cool. We have a tower of some sort. Yep, it's 500 years old, under major renovations. The mystery is that nothing grows within 300 feet of the tower. It was the purpose is defensive, and it's actively guarded by 40 soldiers. Nice. There's a mystery. The seas are full of water. Well, the seas are full of water, but it's also full of a lot of other stuff. Like, well, this looks like a shipwreck, which is apt. But then we got some ruins. And it's got, the weirdness is got magic pools. It's underwater. Oh, I mean, it could be an island. I mean, that's the thing. It could be an island. It could literally be underwater. We got another one here. It's covered in vines, sand, and rock. That's cool. It's got the strange weather. We've got a vibrant coral, and we got some baddie there. Sahagwin Patrol. Hey, Santiago. So yeah, I like that it's giving us a lot of stuff. We got another. Ooh, what's this? What's this? What's this? A natural cold water geyser shoots 20 feet into the air. Interesting. Cold water geyser. Oh, what's that over there? A sense of foreboding. Terrible magic was once used here. I like that. Got some, what's this, fruit? A grove of fruit trees. 8 foot tall by 5 foot wide by 2 foot deep black door or pillar. It hums occasionally. That's cool. Why not just pick the pillar? I don't know. What's the door? And we have a fort that was just completed. Let's see. Soldiers in large tents. 25 men each. Buildings for mess hall, officers' quarters, commander's office, 1 smith per 100 soldiers. 80 soldiers and 8 officers, which means there are actually no smiths. There's 1 per 100. We didn't get to 100. The material is made of earthen mounds surround the camp with a handful of wooden towers. All the buildings are wooden. Defense against creatures is its purpose, and the secret is that enemies are digging a tunnel to the main well in an attempt to poison it. I like it. But where are the enemies? Ooh, enemies where? Oh, that's the one I was just on. Was this the enemies? Isn't this all part of one empire? Did I generate empires? I thought I did. No, it's still generating roads. We might not have gotten to empires yet. Oh, doggy, there's a lot of stuff going on here. We saw this, right? That's the good. This is what? Oh, we didn't get this one. It's a temple. Here are some baddies. Clan of the Bugbears. I think wasn't that a book and a movie? There's a beacon. The beacons are lit. A tower with a beacon fire on top and a residence. Cool. That's that. We have another tower up here. Ooh, there's a mystery on this one. A resident went missing recently. The purpose, this is a wizard recluse's tower with 1 wizard and 1 assistant, but who knows what else is here? And somebody went missing. Who went missing? Is this that geyser? No, a natural hot spring geyser. Okay. Another a good area. Uplifting feeling. Oh, I think I saw that one already. Or did they just repeat? What's this? Got like a gems? Ooh, gemstones. Is that a battle? A treasure is rumored to be hidden here. It may still be here, already have been looted, or never existed. See, you got all the options. It could be there, might have already been looted, or never been there at all. We have a sense of foreboding. Terrible magic was used here. So you have a sense of upliftingness from good magic. Only got 1,195. It's making roads still. All right. Let's see the rivers here. Just the rivers. I just don't know about you rivers there. Where is this river going? And I also don't know where it's supposed to be starting and ending. Is it we're assuming it's starting here and flowing north, which, I don't have a problem with, but probably should be flowing more to the coasts. And then if it is flowing that way, it should probably not avoid the lake that's in there. I imagine it would hit the lake. Kind of hit the lake and then bounce. I mean, not that it has to, but I kind of feel like it makes more sense to. I mean, I think maybe if I was algorithming things, I'd look to see, hey, is there a nearby lake, and then have it pass into the lake. and then and then you could decide whether it ends at the lake or whether it continues going. Probably continues going since we're in some kind of presumably semi-high elevation. Or though it could be coming the other way because we do have these mountains here, so it's not going to pass. Well, yeah. So this is interesting, right? Because it doesn't extend. This doesn't extend into the actual mountains, though it probably should. It should probably come back up here somewhere, maybe even up here, and then it's going down. I'd still have it hit this lake. Maybe it's going down, and it could maybe end at this lake. But I would probably have it go lake, 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 and then it's. You could, I don't even know. Then you have some options. You could go, that's probably how I would do it. Not that I'm a river expert. I'm just thinking here in terms of what to do. I really made this thing too big. But let's take a look at some other. So I was kind of thinking of doing so I guess the idea here is if you needed to jumpstart an area, right? You don't have a map. Maybe you're just starting out. You can use this function to just generate a bunch of ideas. You don't have to keep all the ideas, obviously, but it's certainly you have some options. So we got some more here we can check out. We've got, what is this? A desolate area, and there's a strange feeling about it. Everything takes on a pale urine. Oh, wow. A pale urine hue. How about yellow? So we just change that one to yellow. Let's just executive decision on the urine color. There's a sense of an electromagnetic field in the air. All right, that's cool. So I guess we could do it. So kind of the other part of this, which I'm now realizing I'm not really going to get to, was that how to kind of take this stuff and build it into something. So we've got a town. It looks like over here a village. Let's see. They're welcoming. 1 day's travel from a town, but what town? So what town? They're 1 day's travel from a town. Where is this town that they speak of? There's a palace over here. It looks like there's another palace over there. But where's the town? Pyramid. Yeah, I don't know where the 1 day's village from a town thing goes. Probably need to regenerate that. So let's just go ahead and see if we regenerate it. Yeah. Okay, it's 20 years old. It's welcoming. Reason, okay, it's a common layover point. Ooh, so the secret is the mill the farmers use is infested with rodents. They're planning how to clear it out, and clean it out. Well, you definitely want to do that. But I'm going to regenerate. Yep, let's do it again. Secret, one of the villages. Oh, yeah, I guess I'll have to let him know that you're getting him. He probably already knows, but I'll maybe make a note. One of the village's boys has a striking resemblance to a different father. Oh, that's... All right, I don't know if I'm playing that kind of game. Founded a cluster of hunters, fishermen, miners. That makes more sense. One thing that would be nice is if you could just grab one of these and regenerate it. So I almost want it'd be nice if it had these as different things. And that you could, whether you plunked it yourself, you could do you could age it. I think would be nice. But let's regenerate. Let's see. Reason founded. Large family split a plot of land. Lumber, fishing, or hunting is a secondary industry. We never get what the primary industry is. Secret, a boy is missing. In fact, he's run away from abusive parents. Okay, so we can work with that. So we've got, this is the village. Correct. Right. In fact, he ran. I guess we could just change it to he ran away. Ran away from abusive parents. All right. So let's, we don't have our roads yet. Oh, remind me not to do 800 by 500 hex maps again. That was a mistake. But what we can do is, okay, so we have it now conveniently. We have a battle site. We got the villages here. We've got a description, a desolate area here, and there's a strange feeling. Everything takes on a pale yellow hue, and there's a sense of like there's kind of an electromagnetic feeling. It would make sense that the boy ran in here. So if our starting location for a party is this town here, we have a first adventure, or at least one part of it, which is the boy ran and appeared to be running south. And so having run south, potentially have gone into this. So you have a couple of options. If he went south this way, could have ended up in kind of what maybe there's some barrows here. We have this electromagnetic kind of weird area. And then we have beyond that, we've got this pyramid, which I'm going to regenerate because I could change the date, but let's just regenerate, see if we get something interesting. And still, no, let's see. 4,000 years old, under major renovation. Tomb of a king with significant treasure. Let's make it. An alien presence lurking around the pyramid, but it's new. I don't want to make it new. Here we go. All right, so potentially the kid could have gotten into this pyramid, and then of course you have the mystery of there's being a gate here to somewhere. Where? We don't know. A Stargate or a Fargate, whatever the case may be. We do have another town down here. A snake oil salesman sold most of the farmers in town a miracle fertilizer. Is causing a fungus on the plants instead. That's interesting. And then what do we have up here? A gate back to the village? That would be too easy. Come on, Croco. Can't have the gate go back to the village. Okay, we have a wizard. A rumor an acolyte has been corrupted. Interesting. And then what's over here we have? Was that a monster lair? Ooh, there's a dragon's lair. And we got some monsters this way. Hobgoblins. An ablette. And then what's species appropriate to the environment. All right. No, I don't want to go back. I don't want to do time travel, Old Slan. Come on now. Someone's just trying to start up a new adventure. We're going to throw time travel into the works. No. We want something, something good. Something. No, I like the other world. Maybe a little dimension. Maybe there's some demon trapped in there, and the boy can negotiate to. There's something. Let's just. What the heck? Oh yeah, I can. How can I off the bullets? No, how do I get the bullets off, my man? There we go. So yeah, gate leads to a. I don't know. What do they call them? Do they call them? We called them pocket dimensions when we were playing sci-fi, but what would they call them here? What was like a Barovia type place? What did they call those? I have to remember. I guess I'll just say into an alternate dimension. Demiplane. Thank you. Demiplane that holds a demon. Yeah, so every day roll 1d6 on a 6. And these are all just super rough numbers, just filling in, just basically to illustrate, we can just do some of the 6. The boy has discovered the portal and entered it. The demon will grant the boy power and patronage in exchange for freeing it. A demiplane, a plane with only one wing. How do we know it's only one wing? A demiplane could be a plane with only the floor. There's no roof, or maybe only a roof and no floor. It doesn't have to be sliced in one way. It could be sliced any number of ways. So here we got, so this is kind of a cool sort of thing. So we got this demon we got this the pale yellow hue. I don't know if are these tied together in some way. Not sure. Yeah, so this is a barrow. This barrow is here so I got so here we go. The barrow. A field of barrow mounds dedicated to the soldiers who fell in the war against the demon. Trapped in 3.4.104. Okay. Croco says the hue dissipates when the demon is freed, or is that too far? No, it's not too far. It's so okay. So here's what I'm going here, right? So we've got this was a battle, so I'm gonna say it's a barrel mounds now. Okay, so I'm slightly changing it, right? And here's where the last battle. This area was the location of the last battle with the demon present in 134.04, 34.04 or 104. The aftermath of that titanic struggle affected let's see, not on let me see, what's the word I'm looking for? Mutated the lands. I don't know, mutate's probably not the right word, but we'll just do it. Right. So we've got the village, and this is kind of nice. I mean, we've kind of just it's a very tropey kind of story, but it's not a bad story. There's a kid, he's abused, he runs away. He runs, he gets through here, and we could roll dice, but whatever. For our purposes, let's say he's able to get through here because there's probably some funky mutated stuff going on. Comes here, and eventually, if the party doesn't find him, and again, I'm using a dice, but you could probably just have it be on so many days he gets in. Because it could be it really depends on, I guess, how much you want to script it versus you want to leave it up to kind of chance. And when do you want the party to catch up? There's obviously the moment that you would probably do in a TV show or a movie where the demon is bargaining with the kid hasn't decided yet, the party gets there and they have this chance to go, no, wait, don't do it, Timmy, you have so much to live for, and the demon's blah, 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 and you get to figure out who does it. That could be a lot of fun. And it could also be a lot of fun if the party gets there and maybe they're able to stop the kid, but something else has happened. The kid's done something that has a knock-on effect that maybe does something down the line. Or, whatever. Maybe they drag him back, depending on what the party knows of stuff, because, there's also things, how much they know about the abuse. Do they just take the kid back to his parents, not understanding the abuse part? Or what do they do? Or there is you get there too late, and now you have this kind of avatar of an evil demon, and the demons come over, and that could be a whole campaign thing of now you got to stop this kid who has become super powerful. How do you do that? Croco says probably need something for what the demon does once freed, since it is timed and can happen without the player knowledge. It really depends, because you can sure. It can also be like I said, like this is something, this is not a I suppose it could be, but this is not we're running this for ourselves. So it would be more likely would be that the demon might not do anything right away, but the kid probably goes and destroys the village, right? Like thing number one that you could probably do is the kid comes back and uses his demonic power to just come through and probably blast the parents and maybe other folks in the village. Because maybe the kid finds all the all the people in the village are, culpable in this kid's eyes. So then it's, blast away, whatever, something like that. The other stuff that really depends on your style of gaming, how you want to do it. The party might get there too late, but that it's like if you're playing a sandbox game, that stuff happens. The party is assigned, it gets, they follow the kid. Maybe they take the wrong turn, they end up in the barrows, and they start moving the barrows. So it happens. Like, it's up to you whether you want to do it like a adventure game where nothing's really going to start on that until they get to the pyramid, then suddenly the kid's there, or you want to say, well, you know what? I rolled and they got there, and I gave them a little bit of time because the kid maybe was resistant, and I rolled some more dice, and then, oh, well, it's now this has happened, and now they got to deal. And now they got to deal with that, right? So it's kind of entirely sort of how you want to play. So this one's interesting too, because we have this wizard statue. And so we can have a bit where the statue depicts the great wizard who fought against the demon prison in 134. So an acolyte has been corrupted by the demon. Don't know yet for what purpose. Right? Wait, we don't know yet for what purpose. We don't know. Hey, Slan, take it easy. So here we had another thing that kind of just adds up in a sense, right? So here we have this statue. There are I have to figure out, like, why are acolytes hanging around there? Is there a current wizard in residence? Did they come there to study? Is there some kind of magic that they're coming? But in any case, one of these junior wizards who's hanging around there has been. I mean, the funny thing is the acolyte being corrupted part is just part of the automatic was generated, but it fits in with this thing because now we've got this another person in play. Heck, maybe the demon requires a child or something, and so it's the acolyte is who kind of helped the kid escape. So we can let's just write that in. The demon made known to acolyte they require I don't know, an innocent to be free. The acolyte traveled to the village .102 and helped the abused child escape and guided them to the pyramid. Okay. There. Okay, so let's see. We do not have. Well, we have a temple's way over here. But this was set up as a monument. And I know it says acolyte, and acolytes are clerics. I'm assuming that it's a wizarding type, but it could be a clerical thing. Maybe there's a the monument is venerated by pilgrims and maintained by a holy order of priests. Okay, so we'll just keep the acolyte as being as being a clerical type. In any case, so that's, you see. So we got this nice little triangle here with these connections. And then our village, we have another village here. Right, so the farmers, the miracle fertilizer, that's just kind of a nice little, we just keep that as a separate subplot. Cargo says the acolyte visited the magnetic field and became an electrolyte. Nice. That works. We got a dragon over here. We have palaces over here. We have another irradiated zone. Again with the urine hue. Somebody stop the urine hues. What's this? Foreboding. But you can see here how we have a nice little area. We could carve this up. And I mean, me, I'd want a monkey with the hills and things to maybe switch up the terrain. Yeah, I mean, you could, and that's the thing, is you could tie a bunch of the stuff into the demon. I mean, well, we kind of already have, right? We've established the demon created this. So the demon was here. Maybe, what is this? We have a temple area over there, but it doesn't have anything. We got another tower. What is this down here? It hums. A monolith. We have the bad foreboding. We have another. Is this another pyramid? Another pyramid. But I guess my point is that what I'm trying to demonstrate here is that you can take a bunch of these. You can take these little elements, even though they're all kind of random, and you can throw them together and create something. But anyhow, I hear folks coming home, so I got to run. So thanks for hanging out as I went through this. Have a good rest of your day, night, whenever you end up watching or listening to this. Game on, everybody, and I will talk to you later. Bye now.